All right, let's talk about one of the sneakiest, most misunderstood risks in the entire world of business, workers' compensation. And trust me, this isn't just about hard hats and safety meetings. This is about how one tiny incident can end up costing you and your business for years to come. It always starts with something small, doesn't it? A routine task, a simple movement. A guy lifts a box, feels a little twinge, and everybody thinks, he'll be fine. But that's never the real story, is it? The real story is what comes months later. Just let that number sink in for a second. $400,000. All from what seemed like a minor back strain. Now, I want to be clear, this isn't some scare tactic. This is the cold, hard reality of a system that most business owners never truly grasp until it's way, way too late. So, how in the world does that happen? Let's peel back the layers and see how one single claim spirals out of control and turns into years of financial pain. Because the true cost, well, it's almost never what you think it is. Okay, this is the absolute key, the one thing you have to understand. A workers' comp claim is not a one-and-done payment. Think of it more like an earthquake. There's the initial shock, sure, but then there are aftershocks. Financial aftershocks that rattle your insurance premiums and your bottom line for at least 3 years. It's a long-term liability, not a one-time accident. So check out this scenario. It's kind of the perfect example of a no-fault claim. An employee trips over their own bag in your parking lot. You did absolutely nothing wrong, but look at how the costs stack up. You've got medical bills, wages, maybe a settlement. That can easily hit 200 grand. Tack on a potential fine and the premium hikes that follow, and suddenly you're on the hook for over $300,000. And right there, that's the gut punch. That's what drives so many business owners crazy. And that feeling of unfairness, it's completely valid. But here's the thing, it doesn't change the law. If it happens on your property, it's on you, period. The law is black and white, which means your process for dealing with this stuff has to be rock solid. And then, of course, there's the attorney factor. This chart says it all, doesn't it? The average claim with no lawyer involved is about $16,000. Manageable, right? But the second an attorney gets involved, boom. That number skyrockets to $77,000. That is almost a 5 times increase. And not because the injury got worse, but because the entire game just changed. Now, if you thought that was bad, take a look at this. This is what a real worst-case scenario looks like. This isn't made up. It's the actual payout from a single case. Over $1.1 million, plus they had to pay for lifetime medical care. Think about that. One incident, one employee, and it turned into a multi-million-dollar problem forever. So, what's the secret sauce here? How do these costs just keep piling up for years? It's all because of this hidden engine that's constantly running in the background, something most business owners have never even heard of. It's called the XMOD. So, the Experience Modifier, or XMOD, think of it like a credit score for your company's safety. It's a number that's constantly comparing your track record with claims to all the other businesses in your industry. And it's not just some score you hang on the wall. It's a direct multiplier that can either save you a ton of money or cost you a fortune. Let's put some dollars to it. Say your base premium is 100 grand. If you're perfectly average, your XMOD is a 1.0 and you pay exactly $100,000. But a few bad claims, that can push your mod up to a 1.2. And just like that, you're paying an extra $20,000 penalty every year. But if you're a great operator with a strong safety record, your mod can drop to a 0.8, and now you're getting a $20,000 discount. That's a $40,000 swing. And here is the real kicker, the part that's so counterintuitive it trips everybody up. What do you think is worse for your score? 3 small claims or 1 big one? It's the 3 small ones. The system punishes the frequency of claims way more than the severity. It's all about proving you have a consistent pattern of safety, not just that you got lucky and avoided one huge disaster. And if all that wasn't enough, you're also fighting the clock. The second injury happens, a countdown starts. They call it the delay tax. If you wait just 1 week, 7 days to report a claim, its potential cost shoots up by 51%. You wait 2 weeks, it jumps by 81%. Every single day you wait, it's costing you real money. Okay, I know. That was a lot of scary numbers. The system is complicated and, frankly, a little unfair. But none of this has to be your destiny. So now let's pivot. Let's talk about how you go from being afraid of this system to actually taking control of it. Just imagine 2 different businesses. The exact same incident happens at both. Business A, well, they don't have a plan. They wait to report it, things get messy, and they just watch as the costs in their XMod go through the roof. But Business B, they have a system. They report it immediately, they lead with empathy, and they keep everything, the costs, the XMod, under control. Same incident, totally different outcome. So, what is that system? It's a playbook, and it's pretty straightforward. Step 1 is an immediate response. Report that claim instantly, and just as important, show your employee that you genuinely care about them. Step 2 is active management. You're not passive, you're working with experts to guide the process. And step 3 is proactive prevention. You take what you learned from this incident to make sure the next one never happens. And does having a playbook like this actually work? You better believe it. Get this, a real client went from having an average claim cost of $72,000 down to just $4,000. That's a 94% reduction. That's not some lucky break or a discount. That is the power of a system. See, a real system does more than just handle a claim after it happens. It's about the whole picture. It integrates your payroll, your HR. It gives you pay-as-you-go workers' comps so your cash isn't tied up. You get active claims management and safety services from people who actually know your industry. It's a full support structure built to protect your business from the ground up. So we've seen how a single misstep can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we've seen that putting the right system in place costs just a tiny fraction of that. So the real question isn't about whether you can afford to get the right partner on your side. It's, can you really afford the cost of waiting?